Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to Stream Budgets. So in today's video, we're going to be doing our week 2 check-in for the month of November. This is my budget here that I set out at the beginning of the month in the budget with me that I do every single month. It is my absolute favourite thing to do. And what we're going to be basically doing now, as the sirens just have to start as I start filming, we are going to go through my spending from the past week to see if we're still in line with our budget. So let me just flip the pages over. So I like to go from Saturday to Friday. That basically just helps me in terms of filming because otherwise I wouldn't have much time to film. I do usually have stickers for no spends, but I cannot find them. I don't know where I put them. And I'm not really that fussed for the premise of it. So all my no spends are just these little red dots that I'm just deciding to draw on. I'm just making them a bit bigger. You know, we've got to put those small wins out there. So we're going to start off with the weekend. That was Saturday the 8th and the 9th. And both of them actually were no spend days, which are... No, they're not. No, they are not. No, they're not. That is not a no spend day. Oh, I've just remembered. Sorry. I had paid £2 for travel to go and pick up my Christmas tree. I'm sorry. I've literally just wrote everything down and I totally forgot about that. And I also literally bought some bread for 75p and that is all that I spent. Sunday, however, definitely was a no spend day. And I'm going to keep the pen because we will be coming back to it. On Monday, I did a very small, bigger top-up shop for groceries. Basically, this week, if I've spent anything, it's pretty much been groceries. Basically, things like bread, milk. I think I bought like a sweet treat, a pack of biscuits, some lettuce. So just general things, you know what I mean? Just the general. On Tuesday, we had a no spend day, which I was delighted about. And then on the Wednesday, we had a not too much of a spendy day, but we did spend a bit. I met up with a friend and we went for lunch, and that was £7. We had a really good lunch deal that I didn't know about, but now that I do, I'm definitely going to be using that in future. I did also have to spend a little bit on travel, just £1, just because I had to go somewhere quite quick and I couldn't be bothered to walk up the hill because I was going to a training event, which was for a few hours in the afternoon, and I didn't want to have to walk there and turn up all hot and sweaty, so I didn't, and I just decided to get the bus instead, which was a good idea. On the Thursday, we had another no spend day. We haven't really had much of a pattern. We've just been doing like one day, one day, one day, one day. And again, that's going to continue on the Friday. As you've noticed throughout the week, I haven't really spent anything on my spending money. So I did spend a little bit on the Friday. First of all, however, I did spend finally a little bit more on groceries. The bread that I bought on the Saturday finally was finished, and so I spent £1.60 on some bread, and I needed another little bit of milk, which I bought at some point as well, either here or here, one or the other. Which is unlike me because I don't usually use a lot of milk, but recently in the past month or the past few weeks, I've used milk a lot more. Like for tea, I've been having more cereal, and hot chocolate. So I don't know, maybe I might get a bigger milk in the future, I don't know. But you don't care about that. You don't care about that. I also, with my spending money, so you will actually see this in Vlogmas because I filmed a day in the life that you'll see there. So I first of all spent some money at Iceland. I bought a pizza and some little mini hash browns because I really fancied that, and I was coming back to the house early because I was going to ring my mum. So I went to Iceland and picked up a nice lunch there. And then in the evening, I went to the lights show in Durham that is on at the moment, Lumiere. Again, you will see that in Vlogmas, which I'm really excited to show you. It is absolutely beautiful as well, the footage. Definitely subscribe to watch that. At the end of the event, however, I went with one of my friends just to see someone else, and we spent £2.50. I spent £2.50 on a drink. That was absolutely delicious. It was like a non-alcoholic, I don't know what it was. It was like elderflower, some sort of juices and whatnot. It was really nice though, whatever it was. So in the past week, we've had 3 no spend days, which isn't too bad. I'm not going to be too critical about my no spend days because we're having more of a low spend month, which we definitely have been. I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to very quickly, first of all, just do a quick check-in with you. So I'm going to list all my categories that we have. So we have groceries, we have spending, we have out and travel that I like to just track because these are the kind of things that I will be using the most throughout the month, and I like to just see how my money's going with that. So in terms of groceries, we opened up with £27.44. We didn't add anything additional, and I'm going to need my calculator for this. So we spent £6.49, 75p and £1.60. And that came together to £8.84. So minus that from 27.44, and that comes down to £18.60 left for the month, which I think should be okay. Like if I need to, I might just add an additional fiver and I'll do like a little grocery shop on one of these sort of areas. Spending for the week, I opened up with nothing. I give myself £7.50 like I'm doing at the moment. If you have noticed, I haven't done any shorts on the channel for my spending money because obviously with it being so low, I didn't want to like make it even harder. So I just haven't done that, and that's okay. We have spent £4.50 and that leaves me with exactly £3 left. Now, as much as I would usually roll that over, I'm going to be popping it into my little penny challenge, which I will do in a minute with you all. Out, we opened up with £7.80, yes, and we spent £7. So I didn't stuff anything. We stuffed nothing, spent £7, sat using with 80p left. I might have to add something to that. I don't know. We will just have to see. Though I don't plan on going out, so it might be all right. I don't know. We'll just have to see. And travel, we rolled over £5.91. I stuffed nothing, spent £3, and that leaves us with £2.91p left, which I think is a good amount. That should be okay, I think. So that's quite positive in terms of that. Obviously we've got quite low figures now, but that's okay. As I said, if I really need to, I can add like a little top up. But really, the only thing I'd have to add to potentially is a little bit of groceries and a bit of out. But I'm hoping not to have to do too much there. What I am going to do now is I'm going to get my spending money out for the week, and we're going to add it into my penny challenge. So if you give us a sec, I'll get that out. Okay, so I've got my £3 spending money. I will be honest, I have been using card this month just because £7.50 is such a random amount, and I didn't have enough change to break that into, but that's okay. I think this week I might though. So as I said, I've got £3, so I'm going to pop that into this little penny challenge. Really heavy at the moment, this challenge, I have to be honest. So that's all being popped into there. And I'm going to also knock that off my little penny challenge here. In terms of what I'm going to do, I think during December I will open up the penny challenge and take what's left in there, because I would like to, just because I would rather add it into my penny challenge and it gain a bit of interest. I can't remember how much is in it, in what I've got in my bank account already from the past sort of nearly 2 years of change. It's probably, when I add that, I'm going to be about £2.50, which I think is really good for just, you know, coins that are left over from the end of the week. But this is the penny challenge that I've been doing, I think, since like August. I want to guess. I think it's like August time. So I don't think it's been too bad. Obviously, we've knocked off a lot of the high values, and I've just knocked off £3 exactly there. So I'm going to pop that back into there just to keep it nice, because obviously this just came from the Slept On mystery box, and this is just a cut out from one of the booklets, like from one of the challenges within the booklet. So I like to keep it in there just to keep it nice and safe and all, yeah, just good. We'll have one more left here, £3.42 on that roll. That might be a challenge for this week to try and get that done. But anyways, with that, we've reached the end of today's video. So if you enjoyed it, feel free to give it a like, comment how your week's been. I'd love to hear about them. Let me know sort of whether you're on budget, whether you're under, over, all that stuff. And as I said, if you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe. We're going for, what are we at the moment? Yeah, we'll go for about 500. I think that'll probably be our next goal. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Take care, know that you matter, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to check out the videos below and remember to subscribe. Thank you.